Could silver head back to $26 or even lower, or some are even saying $30 Australian? What's that in USD? Let's find out. If you're watching the replay, use the time codes below. But if you're watching this live, you get to enjoy everything we do here at Good Morning Stackers, including the Synchronised Slurp in the first 1 minute of the show while we wait for everyone to come in. That is where you grab a tasty beverage, a beverage of your choice. I don't care what it is. And we slurp it synchronously. Ready? We're going to do it in the first couple of seconds of the show, but first you got to hear this just for a second.
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
I hope you can hear that. I think you can.
Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time. Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove. Synchronized slurp. Now we're on the
Here we go. On the count of 3, 2, 1, go. Synchronized slurp. We're on the move. We are talking about if silver can go back to $26 or even lower, possibly even lower than that. According to some people, that's $30 Australian. What's the equivalent in USD? We'll do all of that kind of stuff. And we'll do some quick shout outs. This is going to be a very quick show today. It's a public holiday here in Victoria in Australia, so I've got lots of things to do, got some family stuff to do. You can probably hear screaming kids in the background, so I'll get this all done and dusted very, very soon. Let's do some quick shout outs, people. The Pete Repeat first commenter says the 50-year petrodollar agreement ends the 50-year petrodollar agreement ends today too. That won't change anything, it'll just keep going. Shanghai, it's like getting a mobile phone contract and then it ends and then it's just month to month. It'll probably just, unless they call you, it'll keep going. Shanghai must be celebrating the King's birthday too. Ha ha, says Pete Repeat. GMS, Mark Florida in the house. Mark Florida, here we go. Says, at a minimum, I believe it will provide an even more interesting show tomorrow night. Oh, interesting. Due to the Chinese markets as they see what happens in other world PM markets tomorrow, yes, as well. So kind of Monday today is not really a big day. It's, yes, overnight is what's going to happen in the markets. Yes, correct. You're right. Absolutely right about that. But let's see where the potential low targets are for silver. And it might be completely now. Am I saying it's definitely going to those other levels? No. Today will be interesting, yes, with the Chinese holiday event. Laurie Williams in the house. Comments on the holiday while I was typing. Well, yeah, you got to get in quick, Laurie. Black Hole says GMS. Laurie Williams, the link I gave will not work when you click on it, so you have to Google it. Okay, sure. Not sure what you're on about, but that's okay. Wall Street Silver Apes rule. Absolutely, I do agree with that. Is 9 a.m. the usual starting time for the videos? Not normally. It's usually 9:30 or 10 a.m. It's been 9:30 recently. Today's 9 a.m. because of the reasons I just mentioned. You never know, it might start getting to 9 a.m., might even be earlier, quite possibly, but it's around this kind of time. But I always let everyone know by the notifications. Hit the notification bell. That's the easiest way to find out. And also you can follow my stuff on the Gold and Silver Stackers Australia forum as well. Laurie Williams says, good morning, Stackers one and all. You must be looking forward to another fun day. I heard on a video that the Shanghai futures market is closed today. Yeah, there you go. Blah, blah, blah. What else do we need to know? Yeah, everyone's talking about the Chinese holiday, the Shanghai thing. I think it changes. I think Joe changes it around. Yeah, 9 a.m. is better than 10 a.m. for me. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to get it earlier, but we really have to figure that out. A couple more comments that we're going to get straight into. The whole deal. Yeah, it is cold today. CT is in the house from Texas, the Lone Star State. GMS Living Adam Man says, one day soon there won't be any more slams, yeah, and there won't be any more sweet buy opportunities. That's quite possible. And finally, Full Spectrum Trading's back in the house. Finally made it to a live stream. Hello, everybody. Hello to Full Spectrum Trading. Welcome to your first live stream. Welcome. All right, party people. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to be talking about if silver will be, could head back to 26 US dollars. But what I first need to do as the heater comes on, oh my goodness, that'll be a low level hum, but that's okay. And I'll be sweating up a storm in here. But first, what I'm going to show you, let me get to here and let me get to here. thanks for everyone for joining. Join the GMS family by hitting the big red subscribe button and get your comments in, and I will give you more shout outs, etc. as we go. Of course, very quickly, perthbullion.com.au, Perth Bullion Exchange, my brand partner. They are doing business as of March, as of the start of May. They launched their business to great fanfare. Lots of specials happening every week. So specials every week, whole bunch of stuff. But they are the business that I would start the business just like this. If I was starting my own bullion business, I would do exactly what they're doing, including, and now I won't be the first, but they are the first dealer in Australia to offer free shipping on buying over certain quantities. Never heard of before in Australia. It's never been done for a bunch of reasons. What those reasons are, who can tell, really? But no one was game enough to do it. Perth Bullion Exchange was the first one. So buy over a certain quantity. It's as little as 20 silver coins, as little of 20 of anything. So buy a tube of something, tube of silver coins, free shipping. Australia-wide, express shipping, sign-on delivery, fully insured. You can't go wrong. So that is that. Okay, let's hit the time code. You've hit the time code. Let's talk about, could silver go back to 26 US dollars? In order to find out, we have to check out where we've been just recently. I'm going to pump up that. There we go, the brightness. So what are we talking about? This is silver on the daily time frame. I got that, yep. And we're at currently $29.30 US cents. So we talked about the failed move, and this happened overnight. So we didn't, actually I didn't talk about this. So what I have to show you right here is, do I have one? No, I don't. But I talked about the failed move here. So it was a failed move. We had this move back over 31, but then after I finished the show, we had the failed move. So a failed move to hold 31. Oftentimes from a failed move comes a fast move in the opposite direction. Does that mean it always happens? No, but oftentimes it does. Failed to hold 31. This is the level I've been talking about for quite some time. And on the 4-hour time frame, let's just see. I just want you to see, was it any kind of area of support? Was it what we were talking about, that I've been talking about? Support, closed above on the 4-hour, resistance here, and definite support. So 31 was a level of support, and it's based on a very, very old Fibonacci level. Again, one day I'll do, and you've seen it before, but I'll do a separate video on the power of Fibonacci in silver over the long term, in my humble opinion. But fast move to the downside. We have broken 30 US dollars, the so-called psychological value. I didn't really think it was a value. What we're talking about here is $29.80. Really needed it to see it hold there. That was also a failed move. So after that failed move, a fast move in the opposite direction again. And you can see it broke straight down below it. And then what do you know, on the 4-hour time frame, it spiked back up. So it was a significant level, that $29.80 level. Why? Because it was previous resistance right here and also previous resistance right here. Really easy stuff to see. So this is why it gives me pause to think, and am I saying the following is going to happen? No, I don't do that. I don't give you guarantees. I don't give you definites. I give you my sort of percentage likelihood chances, and sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm right. But for the last few days, because I did see this move before we were around about down here, and it was before we had that quick pump back over 31, I did my best buy zones for silver and for gold and for platinum too. So my best buy zones for silver, anywhere between 28 US dollars down to 26 US dollars. That's the best for me risk reward. So anytime we're coming down to 28, that's a reasonable place where you could say, look, we're still in a bull market. It's not over yet, anything like that. You could easily find support here at that $28 level. And I think that's also true. Why? It's a cluster of support right here, also a cluster of support right here as well. So that's sort of the top end of the best buy zone for me. So if it hits into that area, if it hits 28, I'd consider buying more at that stage. That's my best buy zone. Also, don't forget, if you're dollar cost averaging, just do that. Don't worry about the price. Just do that. It's probably the easiest thing. So that's the top end of the best buy zone, all the way down to $2 under that, which is all the way down to 26 US dollars. That's really, you're getting right down to the nitty gritty there. It's a very good place to consider purchasing a little extra. If you're dollar cost averaging, but you have a little bit of spare cash up your sleeve as well, just in case of a bigger dip, I think 26 is a really good area to consider at least adding a little bit extra to your normal dollar cost averaging, in my humble opinion. Why? Because we all know why. 26 has been the biggest line in the sand since forever and a day. Right here, it's a very key Fibonacci level. It was massive levels of resistance and support. We're just going all the way back to the peak of 2011, support. Then after that, support, all at 26. Look at this, all at $26, basically even. Finally broke below, then it's resistance, and then failed move to hold, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. It's just been an incredible level of support and resistance. And out of interest, if I take you back to the monthly, it's getting a little bit fiddly, but if I take you back to the monthly, what you'll see here is that $26 level is a really old Fibonacci level. What do you know? From, and I have to move this over the way, from this old high in the 80s to this old low in the 90s, this is the 50% move. It's the 0.5, it's the halfway point on a Fibonacci retracement on a logarithmic scale. That is, so the 50 point is at $25.75. Just call it 26 because this might not be drawn in exact, but you can see very clearly here, right there, it's very, very clear Fibonacci level. So that's why it's a key level for me. You can see that at least on the weekly time frame. Where are we? Right here. Thank you, people. On the weekly time frame, actually, I'll do the monthly. Thank you. I know you guys get a little bit annoyed when it gets moved around a lot, so I'll do my best not to do that. Right here on the monthly time frame, you see that we came up to the $29 level, but it failed to hold that 26 and it broke back down. So all these failed moves to hold 26 for any significant period of time. And then finally, we had this symmetrical triangle pattern that was playing out, and we finally broke out. Now, what happens after that? So we broke this 26 level, and we have not visited it yet. Does it mean we will 100% visit it? No. But out of interest, oftentimes, not always, but a lot of the time, when you break out of a certain long-term pattern, you tend to come and revisit the downtrend line. Now, it's interesting with silver, we're actually up to some key support levels here. So, am I definitely saying it's going to hit 26? Absolutely not. But if it did, it really would not be surprising at all because it's pretty much par for course. Breakout, again, this is a monthly time frame right here. Each candle is 1 month. So breaking out of a very long-term downtrend line right there, symmetrical triangle pattern, breaking out, having a peak, which we peaked at $32.50, and then coming back to revisit down here is really, really normal. Incredibly par for course. It would say, yeah, this is just a healthy retrace, and you're still in bull market territory. So it's certainly not out of the ordinary to come back and test this zone. And so that's why I'm keeping my best buy zone at between 28 to 26, down to 26. Yeah, actually quite normal. And also, I mentioned in the title of the video, 26 or even lower. And the even lower, I'll give you, could be potentially a couple of areas right here. So you've got the $26 area, incredibly key support level, big line in the sand. But that's on a close of the monthly, in my humble opinion. You might have a different opinion, and that's okay. I would suggest that as long as you see silver closing any month above the $26, around at or above the $26 level, we're still looking great. But what you could see in the meantime is some spikes. And certainly, of course, what do you see with prices? You see them spike and then close a little bit higher. That's what usually happens. You have spikes up and you have spikes below. You never normally close at the absolute top like that. So what am I talking about right here? You could very easily see it, and I'm not saying it's doing this. Okay, I'm just giving you a possibility, right? That we come down, this is the monthly time frame, what, in, a couple of months? Let's say it happens in the next 2 or 3 months, something like that. There's your $26 level. You could easily spike very quickly down to where, retest of this downtrend line. And that could be anywhere down to, even call it, $24.90, call it 25, somewhere between 24, 25, like that. What I would not want to see, it spike or close any lower than, definitely not spike lower than, my extreme case right here, wick only, please, of $24.50. That was actually a key level of support and resistance that if you go back to my other videos over the last 7-8 weeks or so, I've been talking about $24.50 for a while. And even when I worked at previous bullion dealers, when I did technical analysis on their channels, $24.50 recently has been a key level of support and resistance right there. Support, resistance, resistance, support right here, resistance. So for me, even if we were to come back into this symmetrical triangle box right here, as long as it's a spike down and a close, you know what? I'm actually going to say, I love doing this stuff on the fly. I'm going to maybe adjust what I just said before. If we spike down to $24.50, but as long as we close above, and I won't say 26, that's preferable. As long as we close above this downtrend line, I'm going to say we're still looking okay. So you could see a spike all the way down to $24.50. So long as we close above it, and let's say that would be around about $25. As long as we close around above roughly $25, we're still looking pretty healthy. That's a very normal thing to do. Come down, spike below, but close above this downtrend line, and that's still healthy. You're still in a bull market as far as I'm concerned, 99% there. Preferably, I'd want to see it close above 26. That tells me, oh, mate, the buyers are in control. But above $25, then I'd say closing any month above that, then I think you're completely fine. So don't panic. This might be an absolutely fantastic time to, what was the thing I said? Right here, I said, it might be a great time to BTELSOOTD. Post a comment below, because we're going to finish with this little silver thing right now. No, actually, no. We're going to talk about the potential $30. What does BTELSOOTD mean? Post a comment below and let me know what you think that means. I certainly know what it means. Right there. Will you? BTELSOOTD. If it gets down anywhere to this level, if it spikes down to 26, down to 20, 25, down even to 24.50, will you do that thing? I certainly would highly consider doing it myself, and I probably will, because I do have a bit of spare dry powder. What would negate all of this? Obviously, closing them any month below this downtrend line, that's not good. Not good. So that would give me pause to say we might spend some more time in here. What's really, really not good? What's bear market territory? What's to say, at least not bear market, but to say I don't think we're in any kind of bull market as of just yet. Closing below this uptrend line. Closing any month below this uptrend line, that ain't good for anyone right there. So you're talking about, let's say if it happened in the next month, not that I think that it will, anything below $23, closing a month below that, not great. That means we're probably heading down even further. Now, let's talk about further, because some people think, and it's only one person that I know of, but some people think that we could even go down as low as 30 Australian dollars. So let's take a quick look at that. That's is XAG AUD right here. So this is silver in Australian dollars. That's all the way down to, very quickly, that's right there. Come on. All right, look, I see what they're saying. I do see what they're saying, because it is a key support level. So I do get it. Some people do believe down here. So 30 Australian dollars. But we also have to think about what the AUD equivalent is of that. But also, we also have to factor in on the other side, well, what's the US dollar doing against, or the Australian dollar doing against the US dollar? So is it a possibility? Yeah, it's a possibility. I wouldn't give it a huge possibility, but let's take a quick little look. So, for example, what is that in Australian US dollars? 30 Australian dollars is $19.75 US cents. So let's go back to the US price, and that's all the way down 1975. That's right there. Mate, I can see how there could be a case to be made for it. I can see the case. but I wouldn't want to see it go down there. So you can see a previous level of resistance and a previous level of support right here. So 1975, look, it's potential, but I would say if we're going down to 1975, then I'd say, geez, it's more likely then we're heading down even further. That tells me not bull market territory. Anything under this uptrend line, not bull market. Nope. So now I have to stick with my convictions, of course. And I'm completely happy to be wrong, of course. But again, that does line up with this level right here, which, I could see. So what that would really mean for me is not more so that silver in US dollars is really tanking. For me, that more so says that maybe the Australian dollar starts to really strengthen against the US dollar, and we see a big strengthening hitting back above this very long-term downtrend line going all the way back to 2012, and that we break above here in the next couple of months, the next few months, above the 70-cent level. Then I could say, okay, I can see then how silver could go back to 30 Australian dollars, but you'd have to see, for me, that big move, that big strengthening in the Australian dollar against the US dollar. That's the combination of silver going down a decent amount to around that 24.50 kind of level, if we have that spike down, plus a strengthening of the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Then I could see the case to be made for the Australian $30 mark right there. Personally, I give that about a 20% chance. So definitely not saying it's not going to happen, but yeah, 20% chance that could. So it certainly could, but I wouldn't want to see it go down there. Personally, that doesn't look like it's good for the silver price, in my humble opinion. Could be completely wrong. That is the silver back to 26 or lower, and even the $30 Australia case. We're going to go straight to quickly do gold, and we'll quickly do platinum, and then we're going to get out of here because I've got lots of stuff to do, including making a pumpkin soup. It's already all chopped up and everything's ready to go. Just got to pop it on and then, go out and buy some stuff and have some family over and have a nice public holiday for the King's birthday. Say what you want about the monarchy. That is your choice, and I don't really have an opinion either way. So, failed move. Fast move. This is gold priced in USD, 2,297 US dollars right here. Looks like, kind of as it does with silver. Yeah, that kind of looks more like it. No, I wouldn't say that just yet. What do you notice here? Does it look like to you a left shoulder, a head, and can you call that a right shoulder? That's really, he didn't really come back up to test this left shoulder area. Can you call that a head and shoulders pattern? That's potential. There's that big move all the way down there. If it's a head and shoulders pattern, then you could easily see it come back down to test support at 2,150 if it's a head and shoulders pattern. But that's why I've drawn in my best buy zone, and I'll pop this on the weekly actually, just so you can see a little bit better. My best buy zone is between anywhere 2,250 to 2,150 US dollars. Is it more likely to hit my best buy zone now? Yes, I'd say more than a 50% chance. Let's give it I don't want to do 51. I don't want to be the fence sitter. I'm going to say 70% chance, and happy to be wrong, but I'd say about a 70% chance more likely that we hit the best buy zone before we start making new all-time highs in gold in US dollars. Completely happy to be wrong. What would negate that? Breaking above and holding above at least 2,305, but we're under there right now. So just watch this area of anywhere between 2,250 to 2,150, best buy zone. If this is a head and shoulders pattern playing out on the daily, then I would say the move down after a head and shoulders pattern would likely take it down to the bottom area of this best buy zone. So I think this resistance level 2,150 is a great area to be BTELSOOD, was it? TD? Something like that. Get your comments below. Tell me what you think that means. Just bear in mind with gold, we have been, this is on the daily time frame, extremely overbought twice, double top on the extremely overbought on the relative strength index, back down to that support level. It just broke over the last 24 hours or since the market closed. So we are heading downwards on the relative strength index as well. We do have a support level there, but I think it's more likely to be taken out. So just watch this area Let me move that, and then we'll do platinum. Then you guys can get on with your day. If you're in Victoria, you're watching on a public holiday, so good on you for sticking it out. Yep, very likely, more than 70% chance we at least hit 2,250. Why 2,250? It's a key Fibonacci level from an old high and old low. I haven't put it in here. I'll show you another time. But that's for the best buy zone, that $100 range. And I would suggest, mate, how Aussie can I get? If we break below this level here, that resistance level of 2,150, we head anywhere into this zone right here, back the truck up. Not financial advice. Do the BTELOODT thing that I said. That I would highly consider that. Not financial advice. Let me say that's what I would be considering doing, because I still think we're in a bull market in gold. You're nowhere in a bear market in gold until at least you break this uptrend line right here. Nowhere near it. This is really healthy. A retracement, even back under my best buy zone, a retracement back to this trend line, that's healthy move, because we've seen 1, 2, 3, that's 2,080, 1, 2, 3 moves there, a big spike up to 2,450, back down to here, completely par for course. That is saying, that's just kind of normal movements. You have a big move and then back down to retest previous resistance, and 2,180, huge level of resistance. So it really wouldn't be surprising. Am I saying it's going there? No, but don't be surprised if it does. I'm not giving that a 70% chance. Definitely a 70% chance of hitting the best buy zone, at least once again, between 2,250 and 2,150. 70% chance we hit there. That's my opinion. You could be disagreeing, and that's okay, because we're all buying on the regular anyway. You're dollar cost averaging, and that's the best way to do it. That is gold. Lastly, let's take a look at platinum. Final comments, then we get out of here. Okay, so now I have to be depressed about platinum again. What am I talking about? To all my new subscribers, by the way, 299 subscribers. You could be the 300th subscriber by hitting the big red subscribe button right now. Do it. You'll get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. Platinum, very quickly, I'm excited when we're above this downtrend line. I'm in neutral territory when we're in between these two downtrend lines, and I'm in platinum, here we go again, depressed territory when we're below this line. So technically, since the market closed, we saw the break of 1,015 there. So oftentimes from a failed move to hold, comes a fast move in the opposite direction. So I'm depressed about platinum again. What will make me ultra depressed? Although depressed is a subjective word, because I do have my best buy zone down here. But what would make me think we continue even lower is breaking this uptrend line right here. That's anywhere around about the $900 mark, roughly. So breaking and holding 900, breaking below and staying below 900 on a monthly time frame gets us into my best buy zone, and I'm like, for platinum. But this could be a really good area, best buy zone, and that's between $900 and $750. What do I need to see to think we're not heading down into that area? Obviously, holding above this uptrend line. That's pretty much all you need to know for platinum, until we are at my final hurdle, which do I have drawn in? Tell me. There you go, right there. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it either. Whatever. It's right here. My final hurdle, $1,115. Final hurdle that we break above, hold above, close above on a monthly time frame. And then it says bull market baby for platinum. But it teased us once again. It flirted with us once again. This is we haven't closed the month of June yet, but it's been a long, long time where it's flirted for months at a time, a couple of months here, back down, not even a month there, not even a month. This is the weekly time frame, flirting with the long-term downtrend line from February of 2008. It does this to us every single time, just like, and I've made this analogy before, just like Lucy and the football. For all you Americans watching right now, if you're watching from Wall Street Silver or Silver DJing Club, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Lucy and the football does it to us every time. Looks like it's doing it once again. I'm depressed for platinum. I have to be depressed because we're in that zone. Let's see what happens. Need to see it at least close above a month. Above there. Come on, platinum. Do your thing. But watch out for this best buy zone down here. That's all I have to say about everything. Silver, gold, and platinum. We'll get to your comments right now. We've spent a lot of time on the screen. Thank you for your patience. Let's get through some comments and we'll do a final synchronized slurp. And I got to get out of here because I got cooking to do. I've got family to see. I've got things to buy. I've got family to spend time with. All that stuff. So let's see. So a lot of guesses on the BT, but what is it? It was, I'll tell you out loud, BTELSOOTD. I'm just going to do that and then I'll go back here. I'm going to post it in the chat. I'll post it in the chat. That's what it is right there. What does that mean? Right there. Work it out if you can. Let's see. Do all your comments and then we'll do a synchronized slurp and then we'll get out. We'll get out, people. Where the comments right here. More dump. So bad spelling is allowed. That's true. More dump probably. Yeah, more than likely. More than likely. Yes, I'm currently truly living one day soon. Yep, there you're back here. The challenge with... Okay, Mark Florida says, the challenge with a possible $26 US dollar spot is the buy or hold off in hope of a further drop. Correct. That's what a lot of people do. So they go, it's gone down to... And we all do this because we're all human and we're ruled by our psychology. We go... I'm going to buy at 26. Yeah, I'm going to buy at 26. Then it gets down to 26 and you go, oh no, it went down to 26. I think I'll wait for a little bit lower. Don't do that. Don't do that thing because don't do that on the opposite side. It goes up to $50. It goes up to $75 US dollars. It goes up to $120 US dollars. And you go, oh my God, it's 120. It's where that point that I thought it would get to. Oh, it could go higher. Could go higher. So doing that thing as well. So just bear that in mind. It does it when you go on the way up, and it goes on the way down. So you've got to stick to your convictions. If 26 is your level, then just buy at 26. If it goes down to $24.50, it goes down to $20. Okay, back up the truck and buy some more. But have in my opinion, have a core amount of money that you go. If it hits that level, I'm buying, or if it hits that level, I'm selling. And then if it goes higher, if it goes lower, I sell more and I buy more. All right. Have a plan, plan your trades and plan your trades and trade your plan. Plan your trade your plan. Have a plan, people. But we'll buy regardless of 26. There you go. The shorters dumped 300 mil paper on XAG and the price only dropped marginally. Yeah, that's 3 years new silver production. Isn't that crazy? I'm wondering what made gold sell off. We're in a sort of extremely overbought territory. We had a double top on the extremely overbought on the relative strength index on the daily time frame. Simple psychology. Don't think it will go that low. Yeah, you never know. Joe Allen, welcome Joe Allen to the live stream. We have a bunch of people watching GMS, but backing up the truck, buying the dip before silver goes to the moon. Happy birthday, Charlie! Happy birthday, Charlie. Whoever Charlie is, welcome. Buy some gold to the moon. Solved. Buy silver, gold to the moon. Yeah, that's right. Thanks again, Joe. Much appreciated. I'm very happy to help. This is just my personal opinion, and I could be completely wrong. So just bear that in mind. Anyone have osmium? No. Nope. Something out of the door. All right, here I'm going to, and we're going to get going now. Here we are. I'm going to explain what it is. It is buy the ever-loving out of the dip. So will you buy the ever-loving out of the dip if it hits that 26 level? That's really looking good. Imagine a spike down to 24.50, but it depends it depends overnight. Here's the other thing. When does it hit those levels? Will it be overnight when we're sleeping, or does it hit when our market's open and you international people are sleeping? I don't know. So dollar cost averaging is basically the best way to do it. So because you're averaging your cost in, you might catch the spike down. You might catch, it's fine. Just do it that way. Oh, Charlie is KC111. Okay. Happy birthday, Charles in charge. That is it, final people. That is it, funky people. Get your beverage ready for the final synchronized slurp on this wonderful King's birthday, the public holiday here in Victoria in Australia. It might be a work day for other people in the rest of Australia, but I'm going to enjoy some lovely winter warming pumpkin soup after I make it, pop it in the blender. Oh my God, with the cream and it's going to be so good. And I'll spend some time with lovely, wonderful family. So grab your synchronized, your beverage. Let's do the synchronized slurp. We're on the move. Here we go. In 3, 2. Thank you so much for watching. Good morning, stackers. Silver, those are your prices. Quite potential. Have a nice day, everyone. Says Living Adam Man. Yes, have a great day. Have a fantastic public holiday if you're in Victoria. And that's it. Stay safe. Stay informed. Keep stacking. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a good one.